WYFF-TV anchor, photographer k.illed while covering weather story. Greenville, SC foul weather along the North Carolina-South Carolina border killed a TV station anchor and the photographer who was accompanying him, a South Carolina TV station reported Monday evening. Anchor and reporter Mike McCormick and photographer Aaron Smeltzer, who worked for WYFF-TV, Greenville, South Carolina, were traveling a little before 2:30 p.m. ET on US 176 near Tryon, North Carolina, when a tree fell on their station's vehicle, WYFF-TV reported. The area is about 25 miles northwest of the TV station. I had done an interview with Mr. McCormick about 10 minutes before we got the call, Tryon Fire Chief Geoffrey Tennant said. And we had talked a little bit about how he wanted us to stay safe and I wanted him to stay safe. The remnants of subtropical storm Alberto are expected to bring more heavy rains and mudslides this week. He told them to be careful, too. May 28, Alberto makes landfall, 3 states brace for storm emergency. May 28, Y1 inch 1,00 year rain event devastated a Maryland city. Again May 27, Ellicott City flood prompts emergency rescues, state of emergency. 10 minutes later we get the call and it was them, Tennant said at a news conference, his voice cracking. McCormick had worked for the NBC affiliate since 2007, and Smeltzer had worked in news in the region for more than a decade, WYFF said. All of us at WYFF are grieving, news director Bruce Barkley said in a press release. We thank you for your comfort as we mourn. We ask that you keep Mike and Aaron's families in your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time. McCormick, a Florida native, started at WYFF as a reporter in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and later became weekend anchor for the station's 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. newscasts, according to the press release. He worked almost 3 years previously as a reporter and fill-in anchor for K'illed-TV, Fayetteville, Arkansas, and 3 years before that as a writer for WYFF-TV, Miami, according to his LinkedIn profile. Smeltzer was from Virginia but lived and worked in the Greenville area for more than 10 years. He started working at WYFF just this year, according to the release. He previously had worked at WSPA-TV, Spartanburg, according to a story on that station's website. Mike and Aaron were stellar journalists, dedicated to covering news in this market, said John Humphreys, the station's president and general manager. They were beloved members of our newsroom, and we will miss them tremendously. Today is a difficult day, and there will be many more ahead, Humphreys said. May 27, Alberto puts damper on Memorial Day plans along Gulf Coast. May 25, subtropical storm forms in Caribbean, heads for Gulf Coast. US 176 was closed in the area around the accident, and the North Carolina State Highway Patrol was handling the investigation, according to the Polk County Emergency Management Office. A woman died in a mudslide May 19 not far from the wreck, and officials in Polk County were asking people living in vulnerable areas to leave voluntarily before the weather got worse. May 22, yes, a sinkhole has opened up on the White House lawn. May 19, what to do when Mother Nature wrecks your vacation? Neither Tennant nor Master Trooper Mirko Stevens of the North Carolina Highway Patrol directly blamed the up to 2 inches of rain that fell Monday from the fringes of Alberto for the deaths. The fire chief said the roots of the 3-foot diameter tree were loosened and ground saturated because of a week's worth of rain. The TV vehicle engines was still running and the transmission was in drive when crews found it. The men died instantly, said Tennant, who called the deaths a freak of nature. Contributing, The Associated Press. Follow Catherine Rogers and Gabe Cavallaro on Twitter, @CatGrog and @Gabe_Cavallaro.